That was almost like a little pre-roll.
I know.
Yeah. Episode 32 today. We're getting up there.
We're getting up there indeed. Today, it's just Sean and Mike. Mike and Sean.
Mike and Sean and Mike, a little mini one, I guess we'll call it.
A little quickie in the garage.
Just a quickie in the old bike garage.
The old bike shop.
What's on your mind today? What's been going on since the last time we spoke? I think our last guest was Cole. So what's been going on since the people heard from you?
Our brains have been buzzing. We went and looked at another studio space today. Another potential studio space today. That's number 2. We haven't even decided if we really want to have a studio yet. We're just kind of getting some ideas, feelers, like lease terms, monthly costs, how much we're comfortable spending a month out of pocket.
Right.
The space we looked at today is fucking sick.
Yeah, the space we looked at today was in the, I'm going to call it historic, wholesome bread building. I always called it Wholesome Bread, even though it's separate, Wholesome Design Center or whatever. But yeah, right there on Charleston. And what's that other street?
I think it's Grand Central Station, or it's Casino Center, or
you would think with the internet.
It's between Las Vegas Boulevard.
Well, if you're local, you know of it, and if you're not, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's Charleston, and I think it's called Grand Central Parkway because it goes right through to the bus station right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we looked at a spot there this morning, little
south of the North Outlets.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, across the street from the North Outlets there. Looked at a spot in there today, I shouldn't say little, but 2,000 square foot space. Had some great potential, but yeah,
it's sick.
Mike and I are just trying to figure out, what do we need a space for? What do we want a space for? And then how does that space make money?
Yeah. And realistically, we've made it this far without a studio space, so we don't need it.
Right.
It's not a need, it's a want.
Yeah.
So we get that out of the way.
Falls under the category of want, and then just a creative hub for us, for our friends, like-minded individuals, a space for us to do our podcast, as I mentioned on the pre-roll, a little bit more of a professional setting.
Yeah, and I think, so ideally we were wanting to have it downtown, because that's kind of,
the hustle and bustle.
Hustle and bustle. It's got all the cool stuff. It's got a lot of like-minded creative people in that area. This is right on the cusp of downtown. It's definitely downtown, but it's on the cusp of the arts district. So it still doesn't feel like it's right in the hustle and bustle, which is good because the price is it's 2,000. It's 2,000 square feet and it's $4,300 a month, which I think is a little more than we want to spend just between the two of us.
Yeah, as of right now, of us knowing that we're gonna eat cost for
a while,
let's just say almost a year. Let's just go very, very humbly and say, for at least a year, eat cost to get a space to where it could be a thing, since, as I mentioned, we're not even really sure what we'd want the space to look like in that sense, or what we would want it to do, to reflect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I think what I want the space to be is a creative space for ourselves. I want to do more studio photography. Yeah. Because I already do it for casinos and stuff, but I do it on location. So I would like to have a space where I could bring clients to me. I could upcharge for that. I could charge for the studio space. Along with that, I could also practice my stuff. I have a lot of ideas and a lot of different types of stuff that I want to work on. But then also we want to make passive income on it.
Yeah.
And the issue with the one spot we looked at, there's no roll-up doors, so we can't get any big objects in there if something needs to be photographed in a studio environment.
Right. Thinking a little bit bigger of a project, like a car or just multiple, set design.
Yeah, but it has a great curb appeal, that spot.
Yeah,
it's fucking beautiful. It's inside of a building. It's got 24-hour security. It's right next to a pizza shop, Brooklyn's Best Pizza. It's got indoor, so the space is 2,000 square feet, but then outside of that's the bathroom. So then it's like a communal bathroom between all these other cool spots that are in there. Yeah, it's super ideal, I think, but the price isn't.
I think that's the only negative about that spot for us. It was, well, I guess technically a roll up door would be nice. And then the fact that the price is like,
I mean, we're getting closer though. The last one we looked at was like 10 grand a month.
Yeah, that first spot we looked at was 3,500 square feet, which a little bit bigger than Mike and I would like to chew. And price wise, it again reflected that of.
Also didn't have a roll up door.
No. So yeah, even then it's like, yeah, it's actually true, huh?
Yeah.
Big ass spot which would be greater for more, that'd probably be more marketed towards like events or bigger things, workshops. But yeah, you still don't even have a roll up door in that space to bring in.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it's like, we don't know what we're doing.
Mm-mm.
So it's like, I don't know, like to have a studio, we'd ideally want to rent it out so we can make passive income on that. I think it'd be cool to have equipment that we could rent out outside of the studio as well. Like have a little bit of like rental house stuff there.
Yeah.
That would be sick. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's cool to get the ball rolling though. So I think the direction we might be looking in now is maybe getting it like an industrial space that's off the strip, significantly cheaper, roll up door, more bare bones, but still a space nonetheless.
Yeah, because that's another thing I've been thinking about toying with is it doesn't have to be a end all be all. Our first space doesn't have to be ideally what we want. It could be just something to see if in 6 months to a year or whatever it may be, do we even really want our own thing or space, or do we want to, deal with those set of problems of leasing or tenants or just in general, right? A whole nother thing that takes up our time and energy. So
yeah,
it doesn't have to be a,
that's the hard thing though, because most commercial buildings are like 3 to 5 year leases. Right. So it'd be sick if we could find a 1 year lease, just see how we feel.
Yeah.
Less of a commitment.
Right. So if you're out there listening and you're like, oh shit, I'm a commercial real estate, or I know of a spot, let us know.
Yeah.
Because our eyes are open. Our eyes and ears are open.
My ears are open. My eyes are listening. So how was your last week? What have you been up to?
Let's pull up my calendar. I don't think I've been super busy since we last did one.
I concur. I'm the same.
Yeah, I didn't.
Pretty chill.
Actually, I haven't had anything. Oh no. I had one thing. So
yeah, we did a podcast 3 days ago.
Yeah, technically, if you're listening, we did do a podcast about 3 days ago from this one airing or recording it. But so I've been off. It was the weekend, which was nice to have a first weekend off in a while, spend time with the wife. But yesterday, another videographer here, Josh Adams, I assisted him. He's actually the comedian Joe Coy's personal videographer.
Oh, cool.
So I assisted him. He is shooting part of Joe Coy's documentary. So he's interviewing, various people in the dance community from parts of Joe Coy's life.
Nice.
So that was cool. I assisted him that yesterday. It was super easy. Just second camera, just making sure camera's rolling, audio's good, things like that. Just giving him a little extra set of eyes. And I had helped him a few months ago. He was filming a same documentary interview with the Jabberwockies. So yeah, that's really all I've been up to.
Nice. I've met Joe Coy. I've met his entire family.
Nice.
All of them are super cool.
Yeah.
His brother-in-law, so his sister's husband, got me a job at a rigging company when I was like 19.
Oh shit.
I met them at the climbing gym when I used to work there. And I mentioned to him that I wanted to get into rigging. And then he actually knew my uncle. He's like, give me your number. And then he ended up connecting me with somebody and it got me a job.
Damn.
And then I worked at this job and I loved it. But I was like, let me try photography full time. And then I quit. And they were like, hey man, if you ever want to come back, come back. We really like you. And then I tried to do photography full time. And then here we are.
So you never went back to rigging?
No, but Joe Coy, yeah, his whole family's cool. They fucking sent me merch.
Oh, nice.
Cause I was just working at the climbing gym and I just was just doing my job. And they were like, oh, you're really a good kid. What's your home address? I'll send you a box of stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I got nothing but great things to say about them. And then I know his DJ Turbulence.
Oh, nice.
He's a really nice guy too. Yeah, that whole team is nothing but good things to say about them.
Yeah, so that's really all I've been up to as far as work related things, catching up on some boring editing stuff. But yeah, that was Like I said, easy. Second cam.
Nice.
So I just showed up with my hands.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy.
I also did the same. I did not much.
Yeah. It
did some nightclub stuff, which is cool. Just standard stuff. But
elaborate on that. You have it here in your notes.
Oh yeah. So I just shot some club stuff lately. I've been shooting a lot less of the club stuff. I love the club stuff. It's really great money. It's really consistent money, and I'm pretty good at it. So that's good. It makes a big difference. But definitely like when I'm just doing that stuff and then I'm not doing my other stuff that I like to do, like commercial photography or working other events, I feel like maybe, cause I don't want to like do the club stuff like forever.
Right. You don't want to strictly do nightclub stuff.
Yeah. So when I'm just doing that and I'm not shooting other stuff, I'm obviously very grateful for that work, but I'm like, fuck, am I going like backwards in like what I want to be doing? You know?
Okay. Is that how it feels?
Yeah, that's how it felt the last week, which is weird because I have last week pretty available and this week pretty available, which is what I need because I'm exhausted.
Right. Yeah.
And it's a nice downtime. But then I have the downtime, then I get anxiety that like, oh, I should be working more. Like, what am I doing? So I have a hard time like enjoying it.
So you feel that in the downtimes, do you feel you're not being productive, or is it like a financial thing of like, I'm not making as much money as, let's say, last month or so on and so forth?
Yeah, a little bit of everything, I think, because financially I had a couple big gigs at the beginning of the year. I feel I'm very stable financially right now. I'm very fortunate.
So is it more of like a productivity?
Yeah, I think it's just me like not knowing how to just relax.
Right.
Yeah. But also too, a little bit of financially because I'm like, oh, I just had like this crazy big gig in the beginning of the year. That like was my highest paying gig that I've ever had. It's like the highs are really high. And then I had like a really slow week where I'm like, oh, I'm just fucking. Yeah. So it's a little bit of everything.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like me feeling like, oh, is this not the direction I want to be going in? Oh, I'm like not making a lot of money this week, even though I have more free time and I'm like I'm getting rest. I'm working out, I'm enjoying my free time. So I'm using it wisely, which is arguably more valuable than money.
Right.
So it's just, I don't know. It's just like weird. I just have a hard time like chilling.
Okay. So two questions. One, what is the direction, or do you know the direction that you would like to be going in that is a little bit more fulfilling in that sense than just shooting like you said, the nightclub stuff?
Yeah, I want to do more commercial work, and then just shoot bigger shows that aren't just necessarily like one-off like clubs. But with me saying that, like I'm super grateful and I'll always like say yes to shooting clubs. But when I'm just shooting clubs, like also being out late at night kind of like makes me like, puts me like in a weird mood, Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. So to answer your question, yes, I want to do more commercial work and then more like bigger shows like, like just do a big festival where it's like kind of like a whole weekend of it,
Yeah.
And come home and chill.
Gotcha. So outside of just the DJ.
Yeah, but then with me saying that too, though, the DJ stuff and the club stuff locally, it's locally. I don't have to travel. Super easy, in and out usually. I just feel like it just reminds me of like when I was younger and that's all I was shooting. And then somebody referred to me as like, oh yeah, Mike, yeah, he's like a club photographer. I'm like, no, like I'm not a club photographer. Like I shoot the clubs, but like I shoot everything.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, like my friend's mom said like, oh, he doesn't do that. He just shoots the clubs. I'm like, no, I shoot fucking everything.
I gotcha.
So I felt like a little, identity crisis.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be known as a fucking club photographer. Like I shoot everything. Like I shoot. Yeah. So then I'm thinking, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta like, I guess post more commercial work.
Diversify.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Which makes sense though, because I only do really just post music stuff. Because I feel like that's the only thing that really gets like a lot of engagement. Everything else is kind of just like, yeah, if I post like some fucking awesome food photography, people are like, yeah, whatever, dude. It doesn't do well on socials.
Yeah. But I feel like we all feel that way with certain things. Like, I feel like I don't ever want to just post wedding stuff because I don't want to be like just a wedding guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it does tend to do better than other things I post where it's like, let's say it's an MMA fighter or like music. It's like, unless it's like a really popular person, like a Steve Aoki or like a Tyler the Creator, then
or like
it's not going to do well with my work. But if I post someone's wedding, it's like, oh, this is so cool. And this is, they'll tag friends and share it. And oh my God, I'm booking you, yada, yada. So
that's good. It's more like potential client stuff.
It could be.
Opposed to like, just like your peers.
Right. So
that's cool.
But same thing. I'm like, oh, I don't want to just post too many stuff in the wedding realm. Cause then if you do know me in person, it's like, could also be viewed as unpersonal to me because it's not Sean, it's just his work.
Yeah.
It's just like a random couple, right? So you're like, who's this random stranger? Oh, someone's posted this wedding photo. I don't give a shit.
I know. I was thinking about making another Instagram just for my personal stuff. But then it's like...
Then you juggle. I've did that. I tried to do that. And yeah, just you eventually just go fall on one or the other and then...
Yeah, and it's like, honestly, if I didn't do photography, I probably wouldn't even have an Instagram.
Same.
It's like I don't...
Yeah, because I really don't.
I post like 90% work and then like 10% personal stuff. And maybe that 10% personal stuff makes me more personable with my work. So maybe it works to my benefit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Yeah, so that's the direction. You said you had 2 questions. What was your second question?
Second one about you don't know how to relax. You don't know how to sit still.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
That's your question. Why?
I guess I don't really
fucking know, dude.
I guess I don't have a question. I guess I would say I don't either. Mm-hmm. My excuse, and I've realized this after reading your thoughts or experiences, I don't really have downtime either. If client work is caught up or don't have client work, I've just been putting more time into like my own content. So it's like YouTube or things like TikTok or just filming things. So I've realized I do force myself to keep busy in some form or fashion. So I don't know how to like have downtime either.
Yeah. So yeah, if my client work's caught up, then I have like an entire list of, I have like 100 things on this to-do list of stuff, just other shit I need to get done. Which is all still business related stuff that I need to get done, which then overwhelms me. And then I'll procrastinate doing that by being like, oh, I got to go to the mailbox. I got to go to the bank. I got to like fucking clean my house. And I'll fill my time with other shit around the house.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I'm getting stuff done. I'm being productive, but it's like, yeah, I don't know. I just don't know how to chill. Like I have a hard time just like sitting still and watching a movie now with Crystal.
Yeah.
It's fucking hard.
Same.
I'm like, we're doing other shit.
Yeah. Well, my thing is like, I can work as long as I'm moving. Like I could literally work 24 hours a day.
You can't. If you stop moving, you die.
Right. So like if we're chilling on the couch, we're sitting like me outside of my wife and I don't watch TV. I don't watch movies. I don't watch shows. I just don't make the time for it.
Dude, I used to. I love them, but
so when we are watching something, it's usually like we'll watch a show together. It's like our show, whatever it may be, like Amazing Race or Survivor, things like that. But I'll notice if I'm sitting still for too long, I'll fall asleep. Like with anything, if I'm not driving, if I'm in a car more than 10 minutes, I'm falling asleep. If I'm on an airplane, I'm sitting still for 5 minutes, I'm fucking falling asleep. Even if I'm not tired, you've seen me, I could have 3 cold brews in a row. But if I sit still for too long, I will fall asleep. My brain's like, well, you're not moving, just turn it off.
Let's utilize this as a nap time.
So yeah, I don't either. I guess it sounds weird, but I don't allow myself downtime.
Yeah, me either. I like to always be moving. And then it's fun too. Like if I'm not doing work stuff or doing shit around the house and I have free time, then I'm working out. So that's
good.
Yeah.
Cause that's more than I do. Cause I don't work out. So it's like, yeah, if I'm making it down the list of like client work or like house chores and like all those to-dos, errands and whatnot, like working out is still way down there. So,
oh yeah. The working out, I've been forcing myself 4 days a week, at least. I worked out 5 days last week. I'm making a huge priority to consistently work out now.
It's good.
Yeah. Like I've always worked out, but now it's like more regimented. Like on the weekend, I'll map out what days I have the availability to work out for say if I have a busy week, I'm like, okay, cool. I think the easiest time to be like this morning or this night, and I'll fit 4 workout days in there. But yeah, like I went to shit during Super Bowl that weekend. Yeah. I didn't really work out. I mean, arguably I was moving so much that I didn't really need it. It's not like I'm sitting at a desk. I'm on my feet running around.
I mean, that's how I like tell myself too. It's like, well, yeah, I didn't work out, but it's like, yeah, I walked 20,000 steps over the last 3 days. So
Yeah,
it's better than nothing. It's better than sitting down the whole time.
Yeah, and then the cool thing with the studio that I want to try to figure out is like how we can make passive income on it. Like renting it out, renting out equipment. You can crack it if you want.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah, like passive income, but then also like passive income in just our everyday. Like I'm investing money and like I'm saving money in high yield account. I have an IRA. I'm about to open up a SEP IRA account. So like that's all good saving money. But then how do I make? And then you can invest money into like the stock market to make like some passive income. But like, how can I make other revenue streams outside of just shooting?
Right.
You know, and like that's a question I want to really figure out for the studio. And then it's like, how many people can we get to rent it out and book it? I feel like you and I have a pretty good network of people that would probably.
I think again, it would still need to serve a certain purpose or be. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it would, like I said, it would have to serve a certain purpose, because if it's just like a boring blank white space studio, then like not too many, because like you could find those. But if it offered something as well extra like that and then some, then I think our network could very well.
But I think that, I mean, the answer is kind of in the question. I think it being just a space to shoot with like clean backdrop and having high ceilings and having a space to where you could shoot. I think a lot of people don't have a place to shoot. So then I'm hoping on our network, us being priced decently and then having a good network of people and then having a little bit of a brand behind us with the podcast, then people and our friends would vow to probably want to come to our studio opposed to other studios.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it may not necessarily be a need versus this or that, but also, yeah, like I'd rather give the money, or I'd rather go to.
Yeah. And I want it to be like studio. A communal place too. Right. You know, I want to have like, it'd be cool to have an event once a month. We have like a meetup. People come and hang out.
Yeah.
We fucking offer food. We have just like a mingling session. We could do photo walks and we can meet up there to start. Just to get
absolutely.
People in and out of the door, just a more of a communal aspect. And I think that's actually probably, now that we're talking about this, that's probably the key to the puzzle right there. Like, I don't know very many studios that like will have like more of a community.
There's not really, it doesn't. From our experience here in Vegas, they only all serve as a business, as a photo studio, production house.
I'm trying to think of other studios in town that I know the owners that also still shoot. Their son, Shane O'Neill's studio. He's, I see him out shooting all the time. There's Jerry's studio.
Right. In Color Studios, those guys are more of a video production, but they're still out. Cool. Yeah.
I've never met them.
I got an event for them tomorrow actually, but yeah, they're still out shooting.
Nice. And then Vegas studio, Lisa and Paul, they do like corporate stuff and like just headshots. But I feel like with you and I being our age, and we're already pretty, I feel like we have a good network of shooters. So I feel like that's something we could really hone in on to get more business.
Right.
Because if we get a spot, that's only like $2,000 a month. It's not a lot, if we do $100 an hour, 2 hour minimum, you just need 10 bookings a month and it's paid for. Seems a little more doable, right?
Right. Now when you break it down that way, but that's also going off of 2000 when the spots we've been looking at are closer to 4 or 5.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking of what we just looked at. The industrial buildings.
A little Western.
Yeah.
Or off of an industrial space.
Yeah, exactly.
So more, I'm sure we'll talk more on future episodes about where we're at with our space or where we're at with our ideas of a space. Yeah,
you said you've had a lot of downtime, but you're still feeling mentally exhausted.
Yeah, so that thinking back to that, no, I'm in a good place now, but thinking back to that 2-week stretch in January where I didn't have a single gig, I didn't really pick up a camera for work for like 2 solid weeks, which I needed. It was great, but I did still feel myself some of those days being exhausted at the end of the day. And I'm like, I didn't physically leave the house, or like I didn't go to a gig, so I didn't have to coordinate with clients and be a people person. Why am I still exhausted? And I think it was still just because my brain's still working. There's still a million thoughts.
What'd you do to fill your time? We were just talking about how we still stay super busy, even if it's not like work. So what'd you do throughout those days?
So that's when I was like cleaning the garage and just getting like caught up on like house things that were pending. And then, like I said, YouTube or filming myself trying to think about different ideas of.
So you're still being creative.
Yeah. So I was still doing stuff.
Tired,
but not leaving the house, like I said, for like a physical shoot. I was like, wow, I'm still exhausted.
You know what I've been doing lately? It's funny, with a little bit more downtime. And I've been like ticking off that giant checklist I have. When I'm like, oh, I'm going to clean the house today, I get excited. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh, I don't have to fucking think. It sounds so bad. Like, I'm so grateful for all my work, and I'm so grateful for what I do. I would do nothing else in my life. So I don't want to sound like a whiny little bitch. But like, it is nice some days. I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm going to clean up the garage today. And I get excited. I'm like, it's like a different part of my brain. You know, it's like I'm excited to fucking not have to think about work stuff for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm going to clean that. I'm going to fucking put on some music. You know, I'm going to fucking drink some coffee, clean the house. Oh, I'm going to rake the backyard. Like, oh, my brother and I are going to get a storage space. We're going to make some more space in the garage. I'm excited about that. It's funny that I get excited about that stuff. That's not, I'm still doing stuff and filling my time. It's just not necessarily work related.
Yeah. But I get the same way with certain things, like for working and then not working. So I get the same thing. I'm excited. Oh, I don't have to leave the house, or I don't have to go to work today. In that sense, I don't have to deal with people or deal with camera settings or this and that and all that stress. Like you said, I get to clean the house. I'm excited to run errands and just be just a normal person. And then that wears off for like, a day or two. And then I'm excited to go to work again. Cause I'm like, oh, I'm making money, or I'm moving forward, I'm being productive. So I've found that like, no matter what, I am looking forward to something, whether it is the rest or like, cool, I have 2 days or I don't have to, I don't have to go shoot. I don't have to turn on the camera. But then when I am turning on the camera, I'm equally
in the summer too, right?
We'll usually go on our vacation, cause that's when she's on summer break. But I also made it a point to not really take on too many weddings because it's always going to be outdoors and I carry way too many cameras on me. I'm dressed in all black. So I made it a point to take it easy on my body. So this year I'm toggling between if I want to kind of do the same of like, June, July, August, if I want to just limit my bookings, my wedding bookings.
See, that would be a cool thing too. Like you do an elopement and then you say, hey, it's really hot out. Why don't we go to my studio? We can do some studio portraits of you guys.
That's another thing I've thought of. Like a little indoor.
That's an entire niche. You know how many fucking people are from fucking not Vegas and they come here and they're like, oh my God, I did not think it was going to be this high. You're like, well, we do have an option. If you want, I have a studio.
Because another thing I just thought of, light bulb too. Now we're if we're honing in on a Vegas niche, then if we had a big enough spot, we could fake the casino look. You could buy some used slots. You know what I mean? So then there's our own thing.
Yeah.
You could get that actual authentic casino vibe.
Yeah.
Without the casino.
For sure. Yeah. I think that'd be great. Anytime you have inclement weather and you're doing some sort of couple elopement, you can be like, hey, I know the weather's not looking too good. Why don't we, there's gonna be a small studio fee, but we could always go to the studio as well.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I do like about having a space. There's the lighting, the weather, things like that you can't control. Are always going to be the same. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's always like a bulletproof plan of indoor spot, weather, lighting, wind, things of that nature. Yeah. But no, summer, to answer your question, summer is wide open right now. What about you? What do you got? Usually pool gigs on the books?
Yeah, I think this summer. So I got March Madness. I think you're doing some March Madness stuff too. In 2 weeks.
No, 2 weeks I'll be in Cabo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, 2 weeks I'll be in Cabo for her. Yeah, spring break. So we're doing that.
Dude. You're going to Cabo?
Yeah, Los Cabos.
Go to Flora Farms. Make a reservation now.
Well, we're going to our all-inclusive hotel we went to.
I understand that. Spend a little extra money and go to Flora Farms. We went there. We'll talk off camera. It's magical.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's sick.
But yeah, March is busy outside of that. Got quite a few VGK games on the books. Got some events, some weddings.
Yeah, March is actually looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got a couple festivals in April.
Nice.
My girlfriend's birthday smack dab in the middle of everything.
Right.
It's fucking... I was just thinking too, I've been getting in a habit too of doing this new thing, being more proactive with jobs. So say last year I did a job that I know is a yearly thing. So instead of just waiting for the client to hit me up again, I'm now hitting them up like, hey, I know in a few months that same event that you're having.
Oh, nice.
Are you interested? Do you still need me? Would you need me for this? So I've been reaching out to them to just
refresher on their top of their list. I like that. That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah. Like I did it with Life is Beautiful last year. And then I got a couple other events that I need to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Sick New World is coming up in April, and I want to reach out to my people and be like, hey, I know it was last minute on the last one, but hopefully if I reach out ahead enough time, I could jump on the team.
I know, that'd be sick. I would like to do that shit too, but I feel like a lot of people do, and then it drives the price down a little bit, but give and take,
Yeah. I feel like my problem is sometimes I have too many ideas floating around.
Me too. That's why
it could be overwhelming.
Well, I think you and I are both really good at taking notes.
Oh, dude, have you tried Google Keep yet?
No.
Dude, that's been nice.
You've been using it?
Fuck yeah, dude. You want to see this thing?
Yeah, let's see it. I've just been using the Notes app.
Dude, color-coded, freaking checklist. There's like tabs of like, this is my memory card tab with what's on these memory cards to clear off and format. Things I need to upload to Pinterest. It's empty right now. Social media. So I have like little things for, like I said, reels, YouTube, photos to post. Studio ideas, to-do list, general daily to-do list, color-coded. Yeah.
Wow.
It's nice to visualize and just be like, okay, cool. I did this. Look, I met up with Mike. Boop.
Nice. After this, I'm going to look at it and see what we did.
Yeah.
See what I could do with mine.
Yeah. It's great.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So that can be overwhelming. I'll realize, like I said, sometimes I have too many ideas or too many things to do. And then it becomes kind of crippling of like, I look at the lists I've made of like all these things to do or check off. And then it's like, fuck, I haven't done those. And then they just kind of stay in purgatory of like, are they ever going to get done?
Yeah. What I did was I did the today, this week, this month. So if I didn't get to it today, I would just do it for tomorrow's to-do list. Or if it's something that wasn't pressing I needed to do today, I'd put it on this week. And then I'd move the stuff from this week to this. And then when I had free time, then I would look to this month to-do list for shit to do. So that's how mine's broken down.
Okay.
But it is fucking very overwhelming. It's like, let's see. So, and I think that's another thing why with my days off, I'm just like, I get a little overwhelmed and I'm like, man, maybe I'll just find something to do in the house instead of doing.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like this, that, and then it just goes. Yeah. And these are like weird random notes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like if I watch a movie or watch a show, I feel like I'm wasting my time. I feel like I could be doing other things.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I have a hard time sitting down and doing that stuff. Like with my girlfriend, it's not wasting time. But if it's just me, I'm like, am I gonna fucking watch a TV show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause like, so that's one part is by myself. Yeah. I don't watch TV. I don't watch movies, but because I think I've gotten in such the habit of like my, 7:30 a.m. to like 4 p.m. or like my workout office hours. Mm-hmm. So if I am like eating lunch at home or making lunch or things like that, it's like, I've realized I'll just like gravitate, like I'll be on YouTube, like researching things or just Pinterest, things like that. Like I'd still somehow work related or like notes. And it's just somehow like I've gotten this habit of like, it's still between these times, try to focus on work.
That's good. So then what do you do after 5? Say if your girl has plans or something and you're by yourself.
If she has plans and like she goes out with like her girlfriend or her mom or something, it depends on the mood I'm in, but I still will probably still be in the office and like fucking edit some shit or like I said, I still don't. And like I said, even if I don't feel like doing work, air quotes, I'll be on YouTube watching it. Like I don't really watch TV
or like straighten up the garage or just find something to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a hard time relaxing, man.
Yeah. Yesterday,
I mean, it's probably why we're good at what we do, because we're anal and we're like,
it could be a good thing and a bad thing. Yeah. But like yesterday so I helped out Josh for like an hour and a half. And when I got home, my body, I thought I was getting sick because like my body was like aching. And the night before when I was sleeping, I was like shivering at night, and I was like, dude, I'm getting sick. Like my body is like sick. And I took a little nap yesterday, just chilled and rested, felt great going into bed into the evening. And then now today I feel normal, but I guess that's the only time that I, relax is like when my body's like, fucking pump the brakes there, buddy.
Put its hand on your chest.
It's got to put its hand on my chest and be like, how about we make you feel like shit for a few hours in order for you to actually just not do anything. So
yeah, then it's like, I mean, I walk the dog, which is nice, or I work out. That's the only time I'm not doing but I'm still getting shit done,
Yeah, like there's still errands. Like I know when my wife will get home today, we'll like run errands she has to do. So it's like little things like that. That'll still feel like fulfilled if I go, okay, I'm still being productive, still checking things off the list. But yeah, it's a weird balance to navigate being productive and then relaxing. Because when you're relaxing, you feel like you're not being productive. And then when you're too productive, you're like, bro, you need to fucking relax.
That's exactly my conundrum with having these 2 slower weeks is I'm like, fuck, what do I do?
It's tough because I could be productive. I could update my website, or I could work on personal projects or edits or other things that I've done. And then other part of your brain questions of like, bro, take these 2 weeks to fucking relax. So you can't find the balance between thinking ahead too. Like you said, reaching out to potential clients in the future or circling back, CS happens every year, which you get, or things of that nature, March Madness. I should reach out to this. I should plan ahead for that. But then chill out, dude. You got to relax. So
yeah. And then I'm just like, and then I'm like, fuck, I need to calm down. Then I'll work out and I feel a little better.
A little hamster is just freaking smoking.
Yeah. Fucking. Yeah. Is there anything else that we had in our notes that we should talk about? It's a pretty light episode this week, guys.
Little mini episode, but it's good because we just got the kind of brain dump. Maybe there's other people out there that feel the same way. Mainly, I feel like main topic of today's was just juggling productivity with relaxing. How do you possibly find a balance?
Yeah, I don't.
How do you possibly find a balance without driving yourself crazy doing one when you're doing the other?
Yeah. Yeah, we don't know.
I was actually going to send it to you because it's very on par with this. There was like a tweet. Actually, I think I screenshotted it. That way I could not fuck it up. Where are we at? Where's my phone? Screenshots.
Yeah, I wonder if I'm going to stay like this. If I'm going to be like this forever, This fucking
maybe.
I know Al likes to try to have, I think he says that he likes to have one day of just complete brain off,
really?
Relaxing, chill day. I'm sure you can't do it every week, but
I try to find those days. I'll try to never. So I've tried to get in this habit of I'll try to not book anything on Sundays because Sundays we're still just humans were engraved in the Sunday reset, right? To start the week. But then also because Ivana has Saturday and Sundays off, I try to be at least dedicated. Sundays are always off. Saturdays are kind of up in the air. There's a lot of events and things that will happen, but Sundays I try to be aware of it and not book anything. Mm-hmm. But then my day off is her Sunday to get shit done before her week starts. So it's running errands. It's, going out to get coffee and food.
Yeah. Grocery shopping and shit for the week.
So for me, it's toggle that of the brain is off, but then still be there for your partner and
getting shit done.
Do shit. Oh, but here's the thing. Me, extremely burnt out. I need to take the day off to relax. Also me. I wonder if there is a way that I could relax that would be more productive.
Yeah. I mean, the best way I could recommend if you want to relax but be productive is working out.
But you're not relaxing.
Well, you're mentally relaxing. You're turning your brain off from work. But even if it's not, you don't have to fucking go and run fucking 10 miles. You could just go take the dog for a walk. You can go get a light jog in, something
good, yeah.
where your brain's off of work,
right?
But you're still doing something beneficial for your body. Even just going outside walking, getting some fucking sun, some fresh air, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think the two things is not only just the brain off of work, but also not on your phone computer, because then you're going to get caught back in that habit of somehow work. There's an email, there's a social media you're going to scroll, there's a edit, there's a thing, there's an idea. Oh, let's write my to-do list.
I'm on my phone way too much. Like, like just Instagram all the time. It's fucking horrible. I don't know what to do.
Yeah. I was same earlier. I was meeting up with Mike at 10:30 and it was like 8 o'clock when we were texting, and I'm like, cool, I got 2 hours to try to get as much of this YouTube video done. And I found myself for like 30 minutes just scrolling. I'm like, God damn it, dude. I already set that mental timer of like 2 hours. You should be able to almost get it done, possibly get it done if you really focus. And then of course I just piss off and then,
Yeah, I did the same thing. I readjusted that contract again.
For revision number 8.
Yeah. Yeah. It turns out I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to a contract. And sometimes you think you can get away with it, not looking all the way through it. And then this one client was like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. What is that?
Yeah. I'm professional. I wrote up a contract, or I have a contract, and then someone has a question. And you're like, oh, God damn it.
Yeah. So now this contract's perfect.
All right.
So, but cool. I think that should be about good. A little shorty.
Yeah. Nice little quick and dirty.
Yeah. Brandon was going to be here, but he's too busy getting a tattoo.
Yeah. We were going to do the 3 amigos, but Brandon has his priorities fucked up.
Yeah.
So hope it's worth it.
Hope it's worth it, Brandon.
That's going to be a clip. It's just us talking shit to Brandon.
I think he's going to look cool as fuck with his new tattoo.
Hopefully it's something cool.
Brandon just signed lease to a new place. Congratulations, Brandon.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it next episode.
Yeah. By the time we have him on, hopefully he'll be.
Why don't we do the podcast in his new place next time?
We should do it in his living room. Yeah.
We'll do that next time.
Dude.
Cool.
See ya.